Kevin Robinson as always, and we're back again with another episode. And today we have someone special. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And we record.
Oh shoot. Okay. You said something special, so that just made my day times 10. I appreciate that. My name is Taylor Sims. I'm a sports and portrait photographer based in the DMV area. Photography is my thing, that's what I do. Mainly combat sports, but I do other things like football and the track and field stuff. Just got into that. Weddings here and there whenever they come through, and headshots, the whole deal. So I appreciate you having me on. It's a pleasure. I was really happy when you sent me that email and that Instagram. I was like, what?
This is nice. We gotta do it. We gotta make sure everybody gets seen, That's what I try to do. So in that I would say, how are you doing, man? Mentally, physically, emotionally?
Oh man, mentally, I'm good. Physically, I got some stuff to work on in this crazy, crazy world of the hustle culture is real. And sometimes that stuff gets pushed to the side, but mentally, I'm good. I'm keeping myself above water. I'm trying to, stay positive, throughout my day to day and things like that. And, always making improvements on that. And emotionally the same way, although we're in tough times right now as a nation, but overall good.
That's good. That's good to hear, man. So definitely, because I asked those questions, like I try to do it. I didn't do it every interview, but I try to ask people because people go a whole month, a whole week, a whole year without getting asked those things. And we go through a lot. We go through a lot in a day span.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, So, man, what got you interested in photography?
So this is what I tell people, because often people actually have been asking me that more lately than usually. It started for me back in college. I was just in my class one day scrolling online when I was supposed to be paying attention, like to the professor. I was scrolling online and I saw an ad for a Nikon L100. I'm like, what is that? And instantly like, oh man, I want that camera. After I clicked into it, I had never picked up a camera before, never had any interest in photography, but I clicked the link, checked out the camera, and I saved up my work study money. I don't know if you're familiar with work study or you already know. Okay, all right. Because I don't know if they still have that program or not, but and work study, you really don't get much, but I saved up every penny that I had with that, and with a little help, I had like $500 in refund money. That's it, and I say that's it because my friends were getting like they were getting like thousands. Yeah, like a lot of money. And I had a little $500, I saved that up, went to Best Buy, purchased a camera, brought it back to school with me. And I just started taking pictures of my friends. Word got around that I was taking pictures. I was horrible. Like I was looking at the photos the other day. I'm like, oh my God, these were horrible, out of focus, underexposed, overexposed, horrible poses. It was a hot mess. But I just decided I want to try it out one day. And I just started, experimenting, just going out there, taking pictures of people. That's pretty much my origin story. And, just trying to find different ways to shoot different things, play with different settings, and reading a lot of books that help me with figuring out the exposure triangle and getting my ISO, aperture, shutter speed correct, and that sort of thing. Just a lot of experimenting. But my beginnings are so random. I saw the camera online. I went to say, "Ooh, what is that?" I went to go get it, and that's where it started.
That would happen with a lot of us, though. I definitely hear that a lot when people say, even with photography, or even with podcasting, or even with me doing computer science, like the different things I do. They're like, how you do that? And you also a podcast, and you also creative, and I'm like, look, man, we Black, we can do everything. We do
anything, you better say it. You better say it, because that's the truth.
What got you into combat and then sports photography? Because I seen that you photographed my team. I'm a watch the Commanders fan. Watch the Redskins fan. You feel me?
Okay.
Boy, big time Sean Taylor fan. That's why.
Wow.
And also you got a shot in there of Maia Chaka that was on my show, man. It's one of my people, man. She's good people. So definitely.
Yeah. So I just saw her 2 weeks ago at the game, and I was like, I saw her immediately. I was like, oh my God, because this is bad of me, but I did not know there was a Black ref. I had only thought that it was only I think her name is Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
The other lady, I thought she was the only one. I just like, my head's been down. I've been paying attention to a lot of stuff. And when I saw her, I was like, I got emotional for a little bit because I was just like, that's a Black woman right there. That's a Black woman. And she was so focused. Like I was like, at one point I was with my camera, I'm just like, please look at me, please turn, please turn, please turn. And she was just so like laser focused in the game. And I'm just like, well, you know what? I'm gonna get this one side angle picture of her because I have to photograph at least, or I have to capture at least one image of her because that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Even my book I just posted and doing all that type of stuff and getting her on the cover and having her on the show. I was
Yeah.
writing out the story, and my wife and her friend, I was reading over them, and both of them, of course, being women, they was like, no, we need to pick more on that. Like,
Yeah.
how did this happen? How did this? And I was like, you right, because these athletes I have on her, anybody, when it's a male, it's like, okay, I can talk real fast about it, but I said I had to make sure that I tailor it right when it comes to Maia, because she's changing the narrative for real. And I was so proud to see her in your images. I was sitting there, I even just posted. I was like, yeah, that's dope. Like,
I wanted her a part of my portfolio, not just as an image for my portfolio, but I wanted that a part of, because that was my first post that I created with the Commanders, well, with the work that I've been doing with them. And I'm just like, I gotta have her in there, and I wanted Jennifer King in there because of what she does. And just seeing that ref, I was just like, I was like, man, you out here doing it. And I can't believe it. And she was doing her thing.
Captured it. That's so amazing.
I wish I got more, honestly, but like I said, she was just so focused. I couldn't get her to like not look at me, but look in my direction. You know what I mean? Because I'm off on the sideline. But yeah, that was wonderful that she was there. So hope I run cross paths with her again. That'd be cool.
You definitely will, man. See what I can do. See if I can pull some hit factor cards too.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't answer your question. Could you repeat it one more time? I got sidetracked by that.
What propelled you into sports then?
Oh yeah, for combat sports. So I started working with the gym that I work with every week. The name is Capital MMA and Elite Fitness in Dulles, Virginia. So I started working with them back in like 2019, March 2019, I believe. And they do a lot of combat sports. They do Muay Thai and Dutch kickboxing and boxing and mixed martial arts. So they would go to these events, local fights, like a Thai championship boxing and Cagezilla. Those are the combat sports that are kind of popular in my area. So the owner asked me to go with them one day to start to, cover their fighters, to cover their fights. So I went to that one day. That was my first time shooting a combat sport event, and I loved it. I love the action. I love the blood. I love the sweat. I love the emotions. I love the people getting sick, people literally scared, just all of that energy was there. And I was like, ooh, this is it. I love it.
That's amazing though. I like that. I like when you can do your passion and how people bring you into it. Like how you say you walked in there and they was able to form a partnership with them. And even that, I'm pretty sure that will help you also with the Commanders and your future endeavors. Because a lot of people, you do things and they're like, oh, dang, like I see that. I definitely want to get involved. I like what she's doing.
Oh yeah, it definitely helped me with the Commanders or even track and field because I don't know how much you know about Muay Thai, type of combat or MMA sport. It's very quick. It's super quick, and you don't have much time to figure things out. You kind of have to just go with the flow, and you'll be able to anticipate when a guy's going to throw a punch or a kick, or when he's going to get someone on the ground. So shooting that for a couple of years before I got into track and field or football, it really helped me with my timing, my anticipation. So what you just said, basically, it makes sense. It does help me with any other sport. I can just go and adapt quickly to it, I feel like.
Definitely like that. So in that, what is your it factor? Why you do what you do?
Oh man, I do what I do to help other people do what they do, if that makes sense. Or or it's kind of cliche, I guess, like I would love for another young girl or young kid or person of color to look at me and say, wow, she's doing that. I can do that too. Basically to help my people as well see that they can do things. They can be in these spaces and do well and perform well and, shine and, not have to worry about anything else but their talent. And then, just showing off basically. And just getting to a place where I can help people. You know what I mean? I was recently listening to a podcast. I think it was Zendaya, her mother, and Tina Knowles. They were sitting on the couch talking, and Tina Knowles asked a similar question. And I think Zendaya responded like, I want to be able to not just open the door, but hold it open. Hold it open for other people. I'm like, that's it. That's what I want to do. And she just said it so nice. I'm like, yeah, because being Black and being a female, it's hard to get a toe in the door, let alone getting a foot in there, a whole foot. So, I would love to be able to do that for sure, is to help anybody else who wants to, work doing things that I do, or do something else, just helping people achieve their goals as well.
I like that. And I love that question. That's a staple of the show. Like, I love that question because you always.
Yeah, the Ish Factor. That's the show.
So, what have been some of your favorite, shoots you have been a part of, like, thus far?
Ooh, that is a hard question. I would have to say, an event. And if I'm gonna pick an event, I would say the Prefontaine that this past year in May. That was insane. I've been a track and field fan for a very long time. Right. And to, see all those people in person, meet them in person, see how they are, see how tall they are, how short they are, what they're like, what they're like in person, and to capture them, that was amazing. Like, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life, that whole experience. And the team I got to work with, it was just nuts.
Definitely. So, since you were doing it, how was it to see Sha Carri Richardson's return and see how she was? Like, how was that to capture those moments? Because those are great photos too, by the way. Like,
I wish I would have showed you this video. So the way it was set up, shout out to Polly and Rangu and Black women photographers, and Jake Willard at Tracktown USA. Like, they set that thing up for us, but experiencing her in person was amazing. Like, I think I teared up for sure. She was just one of those people who was like, when we walked in the room to see her, she was like, there y'all are. And we were like, who's she talking about? She talking about us? And she was like, I was waiting on you. She's like, I was waiting on you guys. I was like, you're waiting on us? What are you talking about? And it was just a mutual, just a good feeling. Yeah. When we walked into the room where we got to meet her. And I have this video. We're just like, around her, looking at her nails. She's giving everybody hugs. She's one of those people that you feel like you've known them for a while. Like, she's cool. She's real. She's not head in the cloud and stuff like that. So getting to experience her return, that was something else. The crowd was off the chain when she walked out. When they announced the 100 for women, they walk out and they announce each person. And when they announced her, Hayward Field just exploded. Absolutely exploded, and for her to get the win when she was there too, I think that was amazing, because in that moment when she crossed the finish line, she had this dog look on her face, like, y'all, like, y'all forgot, like it's not like a bad thing. It's just like, y'all need to remember who I am. It felt like that when she crossed the finish line during the Prefontaine, and I was just sitting there hammering the trigger, trying to get all of those shots, because man, she was just like looking at all the cameras, like, yeah, like, just like, yeah. It's hard to explain. Yeah. Yeah. And she was in that energy right there was just it was insane. She does this thing when she's about to take off. She gets her mind right. She closes her eyes. She does like this praying thing, and watching the crowd watch her do that. Some people are like, oh, shoot, some people in the crowd, some of the pictures I took, you could see that their reaction to her preparing herself also was good. And I always said, like, if she would have made it to the world championships, I think they would have had to rebuild Hayward Field, seriously, because with everyone that was there and all the amazing talent of the sprinters there now, they would have had, like, it was already crazy, but with Sha Carri there,
it was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So in that, how is it for you being a Black woman in photography?
It's great. There are challenges, of course. I can't say that there aren't. A lot of help, a lot of great things have come out of the organization that I'm a part of, the Black Women Photographers. Man, they've helped so much with a lot of the things that I've been able to do, that I've been blessed to do. They've helped so much, but again, there are some challenges. There are some spaces where it's not so friendly, or we kind of like, I've been places where people thought like I was an intern, but I was hired as an actual photographer, or they say that, oh, how did you get here, or little side comments and stuff like that. But that's the reason why it has to change. You know what I mean? How Black women, people of color, have to be allowed in these spaces, so people don't look at you like you're just an intern, or you're someone's assistant, or they don't look at like, oh, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I think the last football game that I was shooting with the Commanders, it was like 12 Black people in the room. And one of the guys, she was like, come on, we're going to take a picture. We're going to take a picture. I'm just like, take a picture for, oh, yep.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
going to take a picture.
Yes, indeed.
It ain't never been that many Black folks in that media room.
Man.
And we got a picture, and I was just like, oh man, that's amazing. And, just being a Black woman photographer, I'm in spaces where people like me aren't there, like specifically Muay Thai. There is nobody, not one that I know of that looks like me that's taking photos specifically of Muay Thai, or Thai boxing. So if I ever get a chance to go to Thailand, they're gonna be like, who, what, so is this gonna be maybe a shock? But I love that sport, and that's probably the main thing that I love capturing, because it's a beautiful martial art. And just me being someone who didn't grow up knowing that culture and that way of fighting and living and being, me capturing that, I think it in itself is special, and it's different.
Definitely, and I know of it because of my brother-in-law doing mixed martial arts.
Okay.
I came home and he taught me a little stuff, and now he always be like, "Hey man, cool." So when he watched this episode, he actually gonna be like, "I can't wait to see her images." Like, he gonna be all over. Like, he gonna be happy, man. Definitely.
I hope so. That's so cool. That's cool that you did some stuff too.
Oh yeah. I know a little something about, because of him. I'm gonna leave it to him because of him, man. So and I'll say, what is your ultimate life goal then? We have multiple. I know it ain't probably just one.
It's not one. So my life, or like my photography career.
Anything.
Ultimate life goal. Well, okay. I'm one of those people, like, I can't never get a straight answer. So I guess personally, to help build a society that's more empathic, that's more understanding and accepting of people who are different,
right?
People who do things, have a different way of living, positively, of course. Just being more open to acceptance and not going by the way we used to do things, or doing things because this is the way that they've always been done. Just helping to change the world that way, to have a little bit more understanding of people and their personal situations, and also to help the world be a little bit more kinder to each other. Photography, my ultimate goal, I guess, for photography as well, kind of goes back to what I said earlier about getting in the door and holding it open for people, for someone who comes after me, because I've had people in my life recently who have put their neck out for me, who gave me opportunities to get into certain spaces, like this one girl, she's been such a blessing to me this past year. Her name's Emily, and she has put so much money into my pocket. She has really put my name out there, recommended me for certain jobs that I was able to do. And, her reasoning behind that is just like, I know how hard it is for women photographers. So I was just like, I love you, because I appreciate that. And that is what I want to do. I want to get on to another level and help somebody else, because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? That's, you have to make room for other people, because although there are a lot of photographers, everybody's different. Everybody has something that makes them stand out, I believe. And there's space for everybody. And I would say, for my career goals, my ultimate career goal would be to help other people, mainly. That's the biggest thing, I would say.
That's amazing, man. You helped me today, so you're already starting off on your life goals, because that's
Right.
amazing. That's what I'm here for. That's what I started the podcast for.
Yeah.
To be able to help other people, and that's what we're here for.
Right.
We're here to do the amazing things that we want to do, but that one major thing that we need to do is to help other people.
That's it.
It makes me feel good, man. Definitely, every time I'm able to help somebody.
It does, because you're giving back. You're giving people a chance to show a little bit of themselves, especially the creative folks, who don't have an outlet for anything else but this. You're helping them too, and to be able to live the life that they want to live, and make somebody else happy. But yes, giving back and helping each other, that is what it's about.
Yes, indeed. So in that, what sets your art? Because you got art. That's what you got on your page. I tell every photographer that, tell my friend that, even when something look bad, I'm like, bro, it is. And I'm gonna put it on my page. But in that, like, what makes your art different from others?
This question, what I want to say, like, I was like, man, how am I going to answer this? Because it's really hard for me to talk about myself. I don't like it at all.
I'm the same way.
I don't like it. I'm so awkward. I'm just like, but I would have to say, if I could say anything, it's really hard for me to think about that. I would probably say my technical skills. I understand lighting. I understand the technical side of photography very well, I think. I like to be neat. I like to, very rarely I'll be messy as far as like lighting or color grading. But I would say just my technical skills, I would probably say is something that would set me apart or would be cool. Also, me focusing on the emotional side of things, and which is why I love Muay Thai or any type of sport so much, because that's nothing but emotion. A lot of the times athletes that are in front of my cameras are people who come from nothing, or people who had turbulent or traumatic filled lives, and they use these sports to let all that out. And it's beautiful getting to capture that, because you don't have to have a connection with the person in front of the camera. It's cool when you do, but a lot of times, people will show you exactly who they are, when they've just won a game, or they just scored a point, or they just knocked somebody out. It's them just like letting everything out, letting everything go. And then I love to be right there in that moment, just snapping away, just capturing all of that, just the ugly, the beautiful. It's just an amazing, amazing feeling. And, I'm a very emotional person that way. So I'm just like, yeah, I see that. I feel that. Let me capture that, and, that's also something I think, because I'm not just snapping pictures, some people say, you're a photographer, or some people say, oh, you just have a camera. You know what I mean? So I like to be a photographer.
Got you on that. I like that.
If that makes sense.
I like that though, because I feel like it's art. I tell everyone that, because what you're capturing, like, you caught my boy Terry, that photo was dope. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, like, I want this in the house type. Like, I'll pay for this type. Like,
I'll send it to you.
and it's like stuff like that, or even with Sha Carri. And I'm just like, bro, like that's her, bro. Like that's dope. She done that. Like, and
Yeah,
I'm
no, there's one picture that I put on there. That's on my main profile. I think I pinned it. It's Kari when she didn't pose for it's like it's one of the top pictures on my profile when she's putting her little crown back on. And I'm just like, that's just amazing because this was like her first major track and field event coming back from last year. And, you know, as she was crossing the finish line, it fell off. And she went back to go find it and she picked it up and put it on. And I was just right there in the moment, ready to capture that of her putting her crown back on and her winning that event. I'm just like, that's what that event means. You putting your crown back on, you getting ready to tear it up again, you know?
right. So in that, before we do close though, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I was like, when you said you do computer science, I was like, I didn't know that. So I was trying to figure out, like, how did you get into that? You
Okay.
have to be
So I went to
super
college
smart for
for
that.
computer science and computer engineering
Okay.
at university, and I graduated, and now been a software engineer, a database engineer, and now I'm doing operations as of last week with a lot of things happening.
Go ahead.
So it's one of my other things that I do amongst the many, but it was my first passion when I came to college. I was like, oh, I like computers. Let's try this, and it was hard. And for some odd reason, I like stuff that's hard. I'm like, we're gonna try this. We're gonna do
Yeah.
it. And, it has paid off well to the point of now I want to go and be a college professor and either teach some computers, teach financial literacy, different things of that nature, so that I can help my people learn what I learned before it goes.
Yeah.
And definitely, I love it, love it. But yeah, that's one of my things that a lot of people be like, hey, I thought you just do podcasting, man. What you?
Right. I thought you did this all day.
I wish it'd be a day that I do, but nah, I definitely, it's a time, it's coming, but definitely I do that.
So that's your goal though, to have like a full production of podcasts and having
Able to do
different
different things,
celebrities on.
different people, everybody,
Yeah.
bringing you back, having little events and stuff, all
Yeah.
type of stuff. That's what
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know, especially when you do I love the in-person ones you do as well. Those are also pretty cool. You got the lighting set up nice. I'm like, okay,
it is.
I see you.
Out here, but also my wife is from Maryland, so I'll be up there a lot. So definitely, that won't be nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump to be there.
Yeah.
What's up? We here,
I'm
but
in the DMV. Yeah, let me know.
I got you, man. But if you need anything, need any help or anything like that, I definitely want to keep our network going. And I'm proud of what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
Tell you that.
I appreciate that. And I hope you watching tomorrow. Commanders are playing the Vikings. So that's gonna be a good game.
Watching it. You already know I'm in there. I'm going right on. I wish I was there. You feel me? But it's
yeah,
all right.
the energy is crazy at the stadium. It's really crazy. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be talking to you soon. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be reaching out soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.